This week we're checking out some of the best beach towns in Southern California. What's up everybody, Cheyneinman here, a local real estate agent in Southern California, working with families trying to move to Southern California, specifically the South Bay area, so Torrance, Redondo Beach, Hermosa Beach, Lawndale, Palos Verdes, Gardena, so a lot of homes in the area. If you are thinking of moving to the area, please reach out. I hear from people all the time, from calling or texting or emailing, saying that they're looking to move to the area, and it's never too early to get started with your search, so feel free to contact me anytime. On this channel, we cover everything outdoors and community in the South Bay. And so if that's something you're interested in hearing more about, be sure to hit subscribe and like so that you're notified every time I put out a new video on the area. All right, so I grew up in Northern California, and the beaches in Northern California are much different than the beaches in Southern California. In Northern California, you're going to the beach in a sweatshirt and sometimes pants just to stay warm, and you're not going in the water. In Southern California, it's great weather all year long, and the beaches are just beautiful. So today I thought we'd go over some of the great beach towns in Southern California, and specifically in the South Bay. So when you think of Southern California, you might have heard of Santa Monica or Long Beach or Venice or some of the other beaches around Southern California. But I think the beaches in the South Bay are overlooked by a lot of people, or maybe they just don't even know about them. So today I thought we'd look at some of those cities particularly. All right, so the first one up is one of my favorites, and that is Manhattan Beach. Manhattan Beach just has such a great feel to it. It's got kind of that small beach town feel, but it also has a great community and your steps to the beach in many places, and with that is a higher price, but just the overall ambiance of the town has a great feel. So you've got the Strand that runs the bike path along the beach, which is great. I see people visiting Manhattan Beach all the time. It's definitely a good tourist spot, but it's a great place to live. And so yeah, it was mentioned you got the Strand that you can go south to PV, you can go north to Santa Monica for biking and running and walking. It's just a great place to get out, and you're along the beach the whole way. And then you also have the Woodchip Path. The Woodchip Trail in Manhattan Beach goes from Rosecrans up in the north section of Manhattan Beach all the way south and into Hermosa. So it's a 4-mile woodchip trail, and so that's a really great spot to, same thing for getting outdoors and walking or running or taking the dog for a walk. As I mentioned before, being by the beach, Manhattan Beach is a very expensive community, but you also get some really cool looking homes and different styles of homes because of that. So you get those smaller beach cottage looking homes, and you also get some really big mansions because location is everything, and when your location is your window looking out on the ocean, it's a really great feeling. All right, and the next town is Hermosa Beach. And Hermosa Beach is a very small town. It borders Manhattan Beach in many areas. And one of the great things about Hermosa Beach is the beach. You just have a really cool beach life there. You got people out playing volleyball. You've got some nice quiet little mom and pop stores and restaurants along the water as well within the community. It's just really outdoorsy, great for running and walking, kind of same as Manhattan Beach. It has that strand that runs through the city. One of the really cool things I like about the area, Manhattan Beach and Hermosa Beach, is they really take care of the beaches. I was really surprised when I first moved down here to see how often they had tractors out raking the beaches and just kind of leveling and making sure that it's in a quality section for anyone that comes out and wants to play volleyball or hang out on the beach. And then everyone's really good about collecting trash and bringing it in and out, and there's lots of trash cans along the beach as well. Hermosa also has kind of the same style of homes that you see in Manhattan Beach, where you've got big mansions in some areas, and then older, smaller cottages. Just kind of depends on, you know, whether somebody has lived their whole life in Hermosa and they haven't updated the home at all. It could be right next to a brand new home that was just built. So it brings a very different style of architecture when you're going down the street and seeing a cottage next to a mansion. All right, and the next city is Redondo Beach. And so when you're traveling through Hermosa, you're gonna cut over and you're gonna be pretty close to Redondo Beach. And Redondo Beach kind of, as I mentioned some of my other videos, Redondo Beach has North Redondo and Redondo Beach has South Redondo. North Redondo kind of curves up into the east-north portion, and then South Redondo kind of splits off down the coastal line. So all the beach homes are down along the South Redondo side. So you got some really cool streets. Some of my favorite streets in South Redondo are Catalina, Broadway, and the Esplanade. Not just because they're so close to the ocean, but also because they just have this really cool feel to them. You've got these big palm trees lined. It just really feels like Southern California when you're driving down Catalina or Broadway or the Esplanade. And the homes along the Esplanade a lot of times have these big, great views out on the ocean. So they're just the proximity to the beach, along with the vibes of the street, it just makes those streets some of my favorites in South Redondo. And then South Redondo also has the Redondo Beach Pier. So it's obviously a tourist spot. You've got some shops and you've got a lot of people that'll come and just spend the day at the beach and go to some of the restaurants. And then, like I said, it's got that, the Strand, you know, comes from that side all the way up to Hermosa Beach, Manhattan Beach, all the way to El Segundo and through Venice to Santa Monica. So some great options for getting outdoors in Redondo Beach, both in the north section, you're not too far away if you want to take a bike ride down to the beach, and in the South Redondo section, a lot of times you're just a short walk or across the street from the beach. All right, and the next town is Torrance, and Torrance, you know, has a little bit of everything to offer because it does have some sections where you get really close to the beach, and then it also spans inward, so it's a very big city and kind of gives you some good options at all different styles of what you're looking for. If you're wanting to be closer to the beach, if you're wanting to be closer to the freeway, if you're wanting a big lot, if you're wanting a small lot, if you're wanting a condo or a townhouse, Torrance just has, you know, so much to offer in so many different directions. You know, you've got the 4 high schools in the Torrance Unified School District, and then, you know, the different smaller schools leading up, feeding into those schools. I live in the West Torrance section of town, and so the nice thing about that is just the proximity to the beach. Went for a run this morning, and I was at the beach within a mile, and just could run along the Strand and go up through Redondo and Hermosa and Manhattan. So got that great view and accessibility to the beach. One of the downsides, though, of being on the west side of Torrance is it is a little bit further to get to freeways. So if I need to get on the 405 and head up into downtown or something, it is going to take me a little longer just to even get on the freeway. So whereas if you're more on the east side of Torrance, you know, you might be a little bit closer to freeway on-ramps. And so just kind of depends on what your priority is and what you need for your work life, your family life, and just to be outdoors. All right, so the last beach town I thought we'd check out is Palos Verdes, and Palos Verdes is kind of down on the peninsula, just before, you know, north of Long Beach and San Pedro, but south of, you know, LAX and Manhattan Beach, Hermosa Beach, Redondo Beach, all these areas that I've been talking about. And so the nice things about that is you get some amazing views. You know, you've got these big cliffside homes with great views of the ocean. You've got some great trails for horseback riding and running and biking. You've also got, just a little bit more space. It is still expensive because you are so close to the ocean, but at the same time, you do have a little bit more space in where you're living. The only problem, I would say, with living out there is that it is pretty far out there. So in some of the cases, you might be taking a little bit longer to get to a freeway from your home. Might be, if you're commuting to downtown, you might be commuting just to get to the freeway, to get to an on-ramp, and then getting on your way. So that's the main thing. If you're working from home, I think Palos Verdes, the demand for homes in Palos Verdes has gone up since people are more working from home because they have that availability to not need to get into town for work. So if you can be away from the freeways, Palos Verdes is a great spot. And like I said, it's got some really cool locations to live. All right, so those are some of the beach towns in this area. If there's something I missed, be sure to put it in the comments and let others know about your favorite beach town in Southern California. And if you are moving down to the South Bay, please feel free to call or text or email me, and I'd love to help get you started in your home journey.